Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're embarking on a truly delicious mission, transforming mass-produced Halloween candy into extraordinary homemade masterpieces.
Hmm.
Forget everything you thought you knew about simple sweets, because we're about to unpack a treasure trove of insights from homemade Halloween candy, advanced techniques for classic treats.
It's a fantastic source.
Yeah. Our goal for you, our listener, is to understand everything, from the simplest kitchen magic all the way up to the most intricate confectionery dark arts.
What's truly fascinating here, I think, beyond just the recipes, is how our source material guides us through this profound understanding of craftsmanship.
Right.
It deconstructs 5 classic treats into 3 ascending levels. You've got Simple Spells, that's for your quick, budget-friendly versions.
Okay.
Then Enchanted Elegance for premium upgrades, and finally Dark Magic Mastery for truly artisan perfection. It's a remarkable journey, really, into the science and art of confectionery. It shows us that even the most humble ingredients can be elevated into something unforgettable with, knowledge and precision.
Absolutely.
Huh.
Think of this as your personal guide to not just making candy that tastes better, but understanding the why behind every ingredient and technique.
Exactly, the why.
So, what does this deep dive mean for you? Well, it means you're about to become an instant expert on what goes into a truly remarkable piece of candy.
Uh-huh.
You'll never look at a chocolate button the same way again, I guarantee it, whether you're crafting it yourself or just appreciating the sheer artistry of it.
And this raises a really important question, doesn't it? What exactly differentiates, a simple home batch from a professionally crafted confection?
Hmm.
Is it solely about the expense of the components? Or does technique, temperature control, and maybe even a molecular understanding of flavors play a more significant role?
That's what we're getting into.
Yeah, we'll explore that through each of these classic candies. We'll show how each level adds layers of complexity and refinement, ultimately culminating in a product that often tells a story far beyond just its sweetness.
Okay, let's unpack this then, our first candy. Let's kick things off with a universally beloved classic, chocolate rainbow buttons.
Ah, yes. Everyone knows these.
Right. We're talking about those colorful chocolatey discs that just bring a smile to anyone's face. They might seem straightforward, but as we'll discover, there's a whole universe of possibilities hiding within those shiny little shells.
And here's where it gets really interesting. We start peeling back the layers on how different techniques, different ingredients elevate these seemingly simple treats.
Like a
We'll start at the most accessible point, the simple spells, and gradually climb the ladder of confectionery sophistication. It really shows how a little knowledge goes a long, long way.
Right, so our starting point is incredibly accessible. It truly lives up to its simple spells name. This is for when you want that quick, satisfying win without a lot of fuss.
Mm-hmm. Quick and easy.
For these basic coated chocolates, you're looking at about 22 calories each, and you get about 60 pieces out of a batch.
Not bad.
And the ingredients are pretty common stuff. Just a cup of chocolate chips, powdered sugar, some corn syrup, water, your basic food coloring red, yellow, blue, green, orange, and a splash of vanilla extract.
See, very straightforward. This is all about speed and convenience. It's a fantastic entry point for anyone curious about candy making.
Right.
It establishes that fundamental process. Create a chocolate center, then apply a colorful sweet shell. Perfect for beginners. Or, if you need a last-minute treat that still feels homemade.
So,
The goal here is just recognizable flavor and, wow, fun.
and the instructions really highlight that ease. You just melt your chocolate chips, microwave, double boiler, whatever works.
Mm-hmm.
Pour them into small round molds, or you could even just pipe little dots onto parchment paper. Then pop them in the fridge for maybe 20 minutes.
Let them set up.
Exactly. While those are setting, you mix your powdered sugar, corn syrup, and water into a smooth paste. Divide that paste up into bowls, add your basic food colorings.
To get rainbow going.
Yeah. Then you just dip your set chocolate centers using a toothpick. Let them dry on parchment for about half an hour, maybe a bit more, and then store them in an airtight container. The whole process is incredibly quick.
The emphasis here is definitely minimal fuss, readily available ingredients, quick turnaround. It works, right? It successfully creates a recognizable treat,
Yeah.
but it definitely prioritizes speed over, say, nuanced flavor or textural perfection. It's a great demo of the core concept, though.
Okay.
But thinking about someone just starting out,
Mm-hmm.
what's a common mistake they might make at this simple spells level, and how could they easily avoid it?
Oh, that's a great question. I'd say a common pitfall is probably rushing the chocolate chilling.
Ah, impatience.
Totally.
Yeah.
If your chocolate centers aren't completely firm, they can melt or sort of deform when you try to dip them. It just makes a messy coating.
Yeah, frustrating.
So just give them that full 20 minutes in the fridge, maybe even a little longer if your fridge is packed. Patience, even with simple spells, is definitely key. Avoids a sticky mess.
Okay, so we've got the basics down.
Yeah, foundation laid.
Now let's elevate our game. We're moving into enchanted elegance, adding layers of nuance and precision.
Ooh, sounds fancy.
It is a step up. These premium-coated buttons, they come in at 26 calories each, yield 48 pieces. So a slight increase in calories, fewer pieces maybe, but a really noticeable upgrade in quality and approach.
Okay, what makes them premium?
Well, what really stands out here is that conscious move towards natural ingredients and more precise techniques.
Like what?
We're introducing chocolate tempering, that's a big one, using a proper dipping fork instead of a toothpick, and adding citric acid for a crucial flavor balance.
Ah, okay.
This level is about improving both the flavor profile and the aesthetic appeal, making the candy not just sweet, but more sophisticated.
Got it. So the ingredient list must reflect that.
It does, immediately. We're talking 8 ounces of dark chocolate, specifically 70% cacao. That already signals a richer, more complex flavor than just generic chips.
Right, less sweet, more chocolatey.
Exactly. Then organic powdered sugar, glucose syrup instead of corn syrup, filtered water. And here's a big change. Instead of basic food coloring, we're using natural colorings.
Right.
Things like beet powder for red, turmeric for yellow, spirulina for a blue-green, purple sweet potato powder, annatto for orange.
Wow, okay. All natural.
All natural, plus vanilla bean paste instead of extract for a deeper aroma, and a 1/4 teaspoon of citric acid for that lovely tang.
Yep.
We'll also use small, round silicone molds for a more refined, uniform shape.
That ingredient list alone sounds way better.
The quality is definitely a step up. That 70% cacao dark chocolate provides a more complex, bitter note, which really balances the sweetness of the coating. Organic powdered sugar and glucose syrup create a smoother, glossier coating too. And using natural food colorings isn't just about avoiding artificial additives. They can subtly influence the flavor profile too, adding another layer of authenticity.
Okay, so the process must be more involved too.
Significantly more sophisticated, yes. For quality chocolate work, you temper your dark chocolate.
Ah, the magic word.
It is. You bring it to exactly 88 degrees Fahrenheit using a double boiler method. Then you pour it into the molds, refrigerate for maybe 15 minutes. That whole tempering and molding part takes about 20 minutes itself.
Okay.
Your natural coating base involves combining that organic powdered sugar, glucose syrup, filtered water, and vanilla bean paste. You want a smooth, glossy finish. Then you add the citric acid for that crucial tang. That's about 15 minutes.
And the coloring?
The natural coloring process means carefully dividing the base, creating your specific hues using those natural ingredients we mentioned, the beet powder, turmeric, etc. It takes a bit longer, maybe 20 minutes to get the colors right.
Right, because they're not as concentrated as artificial ones.
Exactly. Then, for a professional coating technique, you use a dipping fork. This lets the excess drip off properly. Place them on silicone mats to dry, which takes longer, about 45 minutes.
Silicone mats, not parchment.
Yeah, gives a smoother finish on the bottom. Finally, there's a quality control step. You actually inspect them for even coating and color, then store them properly in a cool, dry place.
Tempering seems key here. Why is it so important?
Tempering the chocolate is absolutely crucial at this level. It ensures you get stable, shiny chocolate that snaps cleanly when you bite it.
Instead of just melting.
Right, instead of melting instantly in your hand or worse, blooming.
Blooming, what's that?
Blooming is when the cocoa butter separates and crystallizes on the surface. It leaves those unappealing grayish, whitish streaks or spots. Doesn't affect the taste much, but it looks terrible.
Oh, okay. I've seen that.
Tempering prevents that. And the dipping fork technique. It allows for a much more even, thin, professional coating compared to just dumping with a toothpick.
Makes sense.
And that touch of citric acid in the coating. It provides a delightful counterpoint to the sweetness, making the candy more sophisticated and palatable. It almost acts like a flavor brightener.
That sounds like a fantastic improvement.
Yeah.
But, okay, tempering. For someone looking to try it for the first time, what's the biggest hurdle? And what's the best way to overcome it without needing, a full confectionery lab setup?
That's a fair question. The biggest hurdle for tempering is usually temperature control. Chocolate is notoriously finicky.
Yeah, I've heard.
The key is patience and a good thermometer. A digital one is best. Don't rush the heating or the cooling. If you don't have a marble slab for tabling, which we'll get to later, the seeding method is much more accessible.
Seeding.
Yeah, you melt most of your chocolate, then add some finely chopped, unmelted tempered chocolate, the seed chocolate, and stir it in as it cools. The stable crystals in the seed chocolate encourage the melted chocolate to crystallize correctly. It's about slowly introducing those good chocolate crystals to the melted chocolate to encourage proper formation. It's definitely more accessible than it sounds, and you can do it in a bowl.
All right, now we are truly stepping into the realm of, well, dark magic mastery. Artisan rainbow confections.
This is the peak.
These are 30 calories each, making 36 pieces. That reflects the intensive labor and seriously premium ingredients involved. It sounds less like making candy and more like scientific engineering and culinary art rolled into one.
It really is. If we connect this to the bigger picture, this level isn't just about taste, it's about engineering a multi-sensory narrative for each individual piece.
A narrative.
Yeah, from the precise snap of that single origin chocolate to the dynamic shift of pH reactive colors, every single detail is considered for a complete sensory journey. It aims for a lasting impression long after the last bite.
Wow.
It even factors in shelf stability, which is a major leap from the simpler levels.
Okay, the ingredient list must be pretty intense then.
Oh, it's truly a masterclass. We're talking 8 ounces of single origin dark chocolate, 85% cacao.
Single origin, what does that mean exactly?
It means the cacao beans all come from a specific region, sometimes even a single farm. This gives the chocolate a distinct flavor profile unique to its geographical source. Think of it like the terroir of mine, but for chocolate. It might have fruity notes, or earthy, or nutty. Very specific.
Fascinating. Okay, what else?
Then 3 cups of organic coconut powdered sugar.
Coconut sugar?
Yeah, adds a subtle, nuanced sweetness, different from cane sugar. Organic glucose syrup, spring water not just filtered, spring water, and a whole teaspoon of Madagascar vanilla bean paste. That's top-tier vanilla, known for its rich, complex aroma.
Okay.
For natural colorants, get this. Freeze-dried strawberry powder, golden beetroot powder, butterfly pea flower extract, which is pH reactive, it changes color, matcha powder, spirulina, annatto, and paprika extract.
Butterfly pea flower. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Isn't it? Plus, chrome of tartar and tapioca starch for texture and stability in the coating. And for presentation and preservation, professional chocolate molds, edible pearl dust, and food-grade lacquer spray.
Lacquer spray. On candy.
Food grade, yes, for shine and shelf life.
Okay, this is definitely next level. What's the deal with the coconut sugar and the extra starches?
The choice of that 85% single origin chocolate is really defining. It's not just dark chocolate. It's chocolate with a specific flavor fingerprint. The organic coconut powdered sugar provides that subtle complexity and sweetness. And the combination of cream of tartar and tapioca starch in the coating base, that's crucial for achieving that mirror-smooth finish and perfect texture that resists cracking. It also helps manage moisture.
Right, so the instructions must be incredibly precise.
Oh, absolutely. Requires true mastery. Master chocolate tempering first, using the tabling method on a marble surface. You have to temper that single origin chocolate to exactly 88 degrees Fahrenheit for perfectly smooth, stable centers. That alone is like a 40-minute process.
Tabling. On marble.
Yes. It's an advanced technique. You pour about 2/3 of your melted chocolate onto a cool marble surface. Then you work it back and forth with spatulas until it thickens slightly and cools to the right temperature. Then you add it back to the remaining melted chocolate in the bowl.
Why do that?
It ensures superior crystal formation in the beta crystals specifically. That gives you the best possible snap, gloss, and contraction, so it releases easily from molds.
Okay, wow. What's next?
The artisan coating base. You combine the organic coconut powdered sugar, glucose syrup, spring water, vanilla bean paste, whisking until it's absolutely mirror smooth. Then add the cream of tartar for stability, tapioca starch for texture. That takes about 25 minutes.
And the color. That butterfly pea flower.
Natural color mastery. This involves creating vibrant, potentially pH-reactive natural colors, like ruby red using strawberry and golden beetroot powder, sunshine yellow from turmeric and carrot powder, ocean blue from that butterfly pea flower extract, its color can shift with acidity, forest green using matcha and spirulina, sunset orange from annatto and paprika extract. This is a 35-minute step really focused on color science and achieving stable, beautiful hues.
That's incredible. The color changes.
Potentially, yes. Butterfly pea flower extract is naturally blue, but it can turn violet or pinkish in the presence of acid, like the citric acid we might use, or even acids in other ingredients. It's like natural litmus paper, creates these dynamic living hues that are naturally stable and visually really intriguing.
My mind is blown. Okay, what about coating them?
Precision continues. You use a professional dipping station, coating at exactly 85 degrees Fahrenheit for optimal flow of the coating. You allow a precise 8-second drip time. It's meticulous, a 45-minute process just for dipping.
8 seconds.
8 seconds. Then, for luxury enhancement, while the coating is still tacky, selected pieces are dusted with edible pearl dust using soft brushes. A very delicate artistic step takes about 30 minutes.
Pearl dust.
Then, professional finishing. Applying a thin layer of that food-grade lacquer spray. This boosts shelf life, adds shine, and importantly, prevents colors from bleeding into each other over time. That's about 20 minutes.
Okay, the lacquer makes sense now.
And finally, rigorous quality assurance. Each individual piece must pass inspection for vibrancy, smoothness, proper chocolate temper, and overall visual appeal before it gets individually packaged.
Right.
Another 15 minutes.
This is where the true artistry and scientific understanding just completely merge, isn't it?
Absolutely. The precise temperature control during dipping, the exact drip time, the lacquer spray, it all contributes to a product that not only tastes exquisite, but also has a significantly extended shelf life and a professional, resilient finish. It's about engineering a perfect, beautiful, and lasting product. The true genius of this level isn't just making a chocolate button. It's, as I said, engineering a multi-sensory narrative for each piece. From that specific snap of single origin chocolate to the dynamic shift of pH reactive colors, it ensures a lasting impression.
Okay, moving on from the crisp snap of chocolate.
Yeah.
Let's shift our focus to something entirely different. The delightful springy chew.
Fruit chews.
Next up, Fruit Chew Gems. This sounds like a masterclass in how a humble gelling agent, gelatin, can become an artist's canvas.
Indeed. We'll see how simple gelatin can be transformed into something incredibly sophisticated, from just a basic chewy block to a, well, botanical masterpiece. The evolution of the fruit gem is fascinating in terms of texture, flavor, and visual appeal.
Yeah?
It really highlights the versatility of that single core ingredient, gelatin.
Okay, starting simple again. Simple spells, basic fruit chews. These are about 18 calories each, make 40 pieces. Sounds like a fantastic entry point for anyone wanting to try making homemade dummies or fruit chews.
Exactly. It's the foundation. Focuses on the basic chemistry of how gelatin sets up.
So what goes into them?
Very common stuff again. Unflavored gelatin packets, cold water, sugar, corn syrup, various fruit juice concentrates for flavor, basic food coloring, and some cornstarch for dusting.
Cornstarch for dusting, why?
To prevent them from sticking together. It's a common challenge with soft, chewy candies. This level is a quick, efficient way to create that chewy candy, where the main goal is just a recognizable fruit flavor and a satisfying chew. Accessible, gets the job done without needing specialized knowledge.
Okay, and the process? Simple too.
Pretty much reflects that simplicity. First, you sprinkle the gelatin over cold water, let it sit for about 5 minutes until it blooms, gets spongy.
Right, blooming the gelatin.
Exactly. Then you combine sugar and corn syrup in a pot, heat it to 240 degrees Fahrenheit, that's the softball stage. Take it off the heat, stir in your bloomed gelatin until it's all dissolved. For flavoring, divide the mixture into bowls, add different fruit juice concentrates and food coloring to each. Pour it into lightly oiled molds or just spread it in a pan. Let it set, then cut into squares if you used a pan. Dust with cornstarch.
And then
Refrigerate for about 2 hours to let them set completely firm.
2 hours, okay.
At this level, the focus is really on achieving that basic gelatinous texture and delivering a burst of fruit flavor using concentrates. The cornstarch dusting is purely functional. It's a great initial step to understanding how gelatin works and how temperature affects its setting properties.
That sounds pretty solid. But you mentioned 240 degrees Fahrenheit. For someone unfamiliar with candy making, that temperature might seem a bit daunting or arbitrary. Is there a common mistake people make around cooking the sugar syrup for these chews? What happens if you get it wrong?
Absolutely, that's a great point. The 240 degrees FRL is a critical softball stage in candy making. It dictates the final texture.
So what if you miss it?
If you undercook it, say only to 230 degrees AFR, your chews will be too soft, maybe sticky, basically unmanageable. They won't hold their shape well.
Okay, floppy chews.
Right. And if you overcook it, maybe up to 250 degrees AFR or higher, they'll become too hard or even brittle. you'll lose that desirable chewy texture completely. It might be more like a hard candy.
Oh.
The most common mistake is simply not using a reliable candy thermometer. Trying to eyeball it or use the cold water test is really risky for beginners. Honestly, investing in a decent digital candy thermometer, maybe $10, $15, can save you a lot of heartache and wasted ingredients right here.
Okay, let's move up to Enchanted Elegance then. Yeah. We're elevating the chew with natural flavors and more precision. These natural fruit gems are 20 calories each, make 36 pieces, slightly higher calories, fewer pieces, suggesting a more refined, maybe slightly larger confection.
Exactly. And we're moving away from generic fruit flavors and concentrates towards specific fresh fruit purees and natural extracts.
Real fruit.
Yes, and introducing crucial temperature control for getting the texture just right. Plus, the acid balance using citric acid for authentic fruit tartness becomes really important here. It makes the flavor profile much more genuine and enjoyable, far beyond just simple sweetness.
Okay, so what are the ingredients for this level?
We upgrade to premium gelatin packets. They often have better clarity and strength. Filtered water, organic sugar, glucose syrup again. And for flavor, fresh fruit purees, think strawberry, orange, grape, lemon, lime. Plus natural fruit extracts to boost the flavor, and natural colorings from fruit powders.
Like we saw with the chocolates.
Exactly. To finish, organic tapioca starch for dusting. It's finer than cornstarch. And a teaspoon of citric acid for that perfect tang.
How does premium gelatin make a difference? And a tapioca starch.
Premium gelatin usually has a higher bloom strength, meaning it creates a firmer, clearer gel. So your chews will be less cloudy, more resilient, with a better bite. Fresh fruit purees bring that authentic, vibrant fruit flavor you just can't get from concentrates. Organic sugar and glucose syrup contribute to a smoother base, less prone to crystallizing, and the organic tapioca starch. It offers a more refined, less powdery dusting compared to cornstarch, which really improves the mouthfeel.
Okay, makes sense. And the process, more exact.
Definitely more exact. Premium gelatin work involves blooming that premium gelatin in filtered water for exactly 8 minutes, then heating it gently just to dissolve, maintaining a smooth texture. That's about 12 minutes.
8 minutes exactly. Okay.
The enhanced base combines the organic sugar and glucose syrup, heating to exactly 245 degrees Fahrenheit this time, a slightly higher temperature for a firmer chew. Then you gradually incorporate the gelatin mixture while whisking constantly. That's a 15-minute step, needing focus.
245, got it. Then flavor.
For natural flavor integration, you stir in the fresh fruit purees, natural extracts, and fruit powders for coloring. And you add the citric acid here for that authentic tartness. It takes maybe 18 minutes to get it all incorporated smoothly.
And molding.
Precision molding. Pouring into professional silicone molds at a specific temperature, around 140 degrees ARF, ensures a smooth finish without bubbles. Then, cooling needs to be at a controlled temperature, not just chucked in the fridge. Finally, the artisan finishing involves dusting with that organic tapioca starch, but here's a neat trick. Mix the starch with a tiny bit more citric acid first. This gives you a lovely sour coating, enhancing that authentic fruit tang and giving a professional texture.
Oh, a sour dusting. Nice. So that 245 degrees ARF seems really key.
It's vital. That precise temperature control hitting exactly 245 degrees ARF is critical for achieving the desired chewiness and stability for this level of gem. Like we said, cook it too high, it becomes brittle; too low, it's too soft. It's about getting that sugar structure just right.
Wow.
And adding the citric acid to the base, along with the fruit purees, creates that more balanced, bright flavor. It mimics the natural acidity of real fruit, which is a significant improvement. It really makes those natural fruit flavors pop.
Okay, prepare for a masterclass in botanical infusions and flavor complexity as we move into dark magic mastery with these artisan botanical chews.
This is where it gets really exciting.
They're 24 calories each, yielding sunny pieces, again reflecting the intricate craftsmanship. It almost sounds less like candy making and more like, yeah, scientific engineering again.
It absolutely does. This level is a testament to culinary chemistry and precision. The use of platinum-grade gelatin, specific cooking temperatures for texture, the introduction of botanical extracts, and a sophisticated acid balance using not just citric but also malic acid.
Malic acid.
Yes, that's where the true mastery lies. It's about creating an entire sensory experience, not just a sweet treat.
Okay, the ingredient list must be something else.
It's a journey in itself. We're using 4 packets of platinum-grade gelatin.
Platinum. What's that?
It means it has an even higher bloom strength than premium. Gives the firmest, clearest, most resilient chew. Then, spring water, golden superfine sugar for better texture, organic glucose syrup, and 2 tablespoons of raw wildflower honey adds complexity.
Honey, nice.
For purees, very specific ones, wild strawberry, blood orange, Concord grape, Meyer lemon, key lime. Then the botanical extracts, maybe rose water, orange blossom water, lavender extract.
Oh, botanical.
Yeah. Natural colorants are precise chemical compounds, anthocyanins maybe for purple, beta-carotene for orange, chlorophyll for green, beetroot extract for deep red, then organic arrowroot starch for dusting even finer than tapioca, and acids. 1½ teaspoons of pharmaceutical-grade citric acid, plus a ½ teaspoon of malic acid.
Pharmaceutical grade, malic acid. Tell me more.
Pharmaceutical grade just means it's extremely pure, ensuring consistent results. And malic acid, it's another natural fruit acid found commonly in apples. While citric acid gives that sharp, immediate sourness, malic acid provides a softer, more lingering tartness. Combining them creates a much more complex and authentic fruit sourness profile.
Fascinating. What else?
Professional candy malts, of course.
Yeah.
And for garnish, edible flower pebble.
Apple flower. Okay, this is mastery. How does the honey and the specific gelatin help?
That platinum-grade gelatin offers superior strength and clarity essential for these refined gems. Gives them that perfect bounce and glass-like look. Golden superfine sugar dissolves beautifully, and the raw wildflower honey contributes not just a complex sweetness, but also affects the texture slightly, making it smoother, and adds its own unique flavor notes.
Right.
And using specific fruit purees like Meyer lemon or blood orange, combined with those botanical extracts like pairing rose water with strawberry or orange blossom with citrus or lavender with grape, creates incredibly sophisticated flavor profiles. You're layering subtle aromatics, creating this intricate bouquet of flavors. It's way beyond just grape or lemon.
Okay, the instructions must be hyper detailed.
You bet. Platinum and gelatin mastery. Bloom that platinum-grade gelatin in spring water for exactly 10 minutes. Then heat it to a precise 185 degrees Fahrenheit.
185, what's so specific?
It ensures the gelatin fully dissolves and hydrates without degrading the proteins. Keeps its gelling power and clarity maximal, giving you that crystal clear finish. It takes about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Then the syrup. Complex base development. Create a sugar syrup using that golden superfine sugar, organic glucose syrup, and the raw honey. Cook this to exactly 248 degrees Fahrenheit, monitoring constantly with a precision thermometer. This higher temp gives the perfect, firm, yet chewy texture. That's a 25-minute critical step.
288.
Okay.
Botanicals next.
Botanical enhancement. Incorporate strained, fresh fruit purees and precise ratios of those botanical extracts. Like we said, rose water for strawberry, orange blossom for citrus, lavender for grape complexity. This takes time about 30 minutes to get the balance just right.
Very cool. And the color. You mentioned compounds.
Natural color artistry. Achieving vibrant jewel tones using natural compounds. Like using anthocyanins extracted from purple vegetables for ruby or purple, beta-carotene from organic carrots for amber, chlorophyll extracted carefully from spinach for emerald, pure beetroot extract for crimson, turmeric may be boosted with saffron threads for golden. This is a 35-minute artistic and scientific endeavor understanding how these compounds work.
It's like painting with molecules.
Pretty much. Then, acid balance perfection. Combining that pharmaceutical-grade citric acid with the malic acid for that complex tartness, it needs to enhance, not overwhelm, the delicate fruit and botanical notes. You actually test and adjust the acid ratio for each specific flavor profile. It takes about 15 minutes.
Wow. Molding must be precise too.
Professional molding technique. Pour the mixture at exactly 145 degrees Fahrenheit into precision molds. You'd use an infrared thermometer to check the surface temp, then cool in a controlled environment exactly 38 degrees Fahrenheit for a full 6 hours.
6 hours. Why so controlled?
That specific temperature and long, slow cooling is essential for perfect setting. It prevents internal stresses, crystallization, or weeping. That's when moisture seeps out later and makes the candy sticky. Guarantees the ideal texture and stability. The initial pouring and setup takes about 40 minutes, plus that long chill.
Okay. Then finishing.
Artisan finishing process. Carefully remove the gems from the molds, maybe using hands lightly dusted with arrowroot. Dust them with organic arrowroot starch, perhaps infused with complementary freeze-dried fruit powders to boost the flavor and give an authentic, non-sticky texture. Takes about 25 minutes.
And the final touch.
Luxury presentation. Select only the most perfect gems. Garnish them with those edible flower petals, ones that complement each flavor profile visually and maybe aromatically. Package them in individual clear boxes, maybe with little botanical identification cards describing the flavors. It takes another 20 minutes.
This attention to detail, it's incredible. The acid blends, the flower petals, the ID cards.
It elevates these from mere candy to a truly premium, curated experience. It's about engaging all the senses and communicating the quality of the ingredients and the sheer craftsmanship involved. The true genius here is orchestrating a symphony of texture, aroma, and taste, where every botanical nuance is perfectly balanced, offering a layered sensory journey from the initial visual appeal to that lingering, complex finish.
All right, let's get sparkly. Moving on to tiny, tangy crystals. These little flavor bombs sound perfect for just a burst of excitement. We're going to explore how to create that explosion of taste with increasing precision.
Yeah, and we're not just making, colored sugar here. We're actually engineering these crystals for optimal taste and texture, controlling exactly how they dissolve and release their flavor on your palate.
Engineering sugar crystals.
It's an exercise in granular control, literally, to create a very specific sensory experience.
Okay, the entry point. Simple spells, basic flavored crystals. Each serving is tiny, about 8 calories, makes 20 servings. Perfect for a quick, tangy treat, maybe sprinkle on something.
Could be, yeah. Or just eat by the tiny spoonful. The ingredients are very straightforward. Granulated sugar, various basic food colorings, common flavoring extracts like cherry, grape, orange, lemon, strawberry, 2 teaspoons of citric acid for the tang, and you need a small sieve or mesh strainer.
Okay.
This method focuses on quick flavor and visual appeal. It's a straightforward way to create that tangy treat, introducing the fundamental concept. Infusing sugar with color, flavor, and tartness without needing complex techniques or special equipment.
Yeah.
It's really about that instant burst of fun.
And the instructions. Easy peasy.
Pretty much. You divide the sugar into separate bowls for each color flavor. Add a few drops of food coloring and the corresponding flavoring extract to each bowl.
Mix it up.
Yep. Stir each colored sugar really well until the color is evenly distributed. Then add the citric acid for sourness. Mix that in too.
Okay. What's the sieve for?
To break up clumps, you push each colored sugar mixture through a sieve. This helps create smaller, more uniform crystals and gets rid of any lumps from the liquid flavoring or clumping.
Smart.
Then you can layer the different colored flavored crystals in little containers or bags. Finally, just store them in airtight containers to stop them absorbing moisture from the air and getting sticky. That sieve step, simple as it is actually quite important even at this basic level. Breaking up clumps and getting a somewhat consistent crystal size definitely contributes to a better mouthfeel.
Right, less clumpy.
Yeah. It's all about making the process approachable and the results enjoyable. Highlights how even simple tools can improve texture.
Okay, let's refine this process. Enchanted Elegance. Artisan flavor crystals. These are 10 calories per serving, making 18 servings. So slightly more concentrated, more deliberate.
Exactly. And the move to superfine sugar here is key. Also, introducing malic acid alongside the citric acid gives a more nuanced flavor. Plus, using graduated sieves for precision sizing means a better mouthfeel and controlled dissolution.
Graduated sieves.
Yeah, different mesh sizes. It's about taking that basic idea and really elevating every single component.
Okay, so ingredients for this level.
We're using 2 cups of superfine sugar, sometimes called castor sugar, natural fruit extracts, more sophisticated ones, maybe wild cherry, Concord grape, blood orange, Meyer lemon, alpine strawberry, natural colorings again from fruit powders, 2.5 teaspoons of citric acid, plus 1 teaspoon of malic acid, professional fine mesh sieves, probably a set with multiple sizes, and a little organic tapioca starch.
Why superfine sugar? What's the benefit?
Superfine sugar has a smaller, more consistent crystal size compared to regular granulated sugar. This allows for better, more even absorption of the flavors and acids. It also creates a more delicate texture on the tongue, less gritty.
And the malic acid again.
Yes, adding malic acid is a crucial upgrade for sourness. As we discussed with the chews, it provides a longer-lasting, softer, more complex sourness compared to the sharp, immediate hit of citric acid alone. Think of it like a sustained sour note rather than just a quick pop. Really rounds out the flavor.
Okay, I get it. So the process gets more precise too.
Definitely. Premium sugar preparation. Using that superfine sugar for the better crystal structure. You divide it into precise portions using a digital scale for absolute consistency between batches or flavors.
Scale, okay.
Natural flavoring process. Adding carefully measured amounts of the natural fruit extracts, each extract might need a different concentration for optimal impact. mixing thoroughly, perhaps with stainless steel utensils, to prevent any potential flavor reactions.
Stainless steel, right?
Natural coloring technique. Using those fruit powders like freeze-dried strawberry or turmeric or spirulina for authentic fruit colors without any artificial stuff.
Do the powders affect flavor too?
They can, subtly, which is great. It integrates the color and flavor more seamlessly. This is where color and taste really start to merge into one experience.
Cool. What about the acids and sieves?
Acid balance enhancement, combining the citric acid with malic acid for that complex sour profile that mimics natural fruit acidity. You might even adjust the ratio slightly for different fruits, maybe more malic for an apple flavor, more citric for lemon.
Ah, tailored sourness.
Exactly. Then, professional crystal sizing. Using those graduated mesh sieves. You might sift the mixture through progressively finer sieves to create really uniform crystal sizes. Sifting multiple times ensures a consistent texture that dissolves smoothly and evenly on the tongue.
That makes a huge difference, I
It
bet.
really does. Finally, moisture control. Adding tiny, measured amounts of organic tapioca starch. This helps prevent clumping, especially in humid weather, while maintaining the crystal integrity and authentic texture. Too much starch would make it powdery. Too little and it clumps.
Delicate balance.
Very. The graduated mesh sieves are really transformative for the texture here. By creating truly uniform crystal sizes, you ensure the candy dissolves evenly on the palate, releasing flavor consistently, prevents a gritty feel or uneven bursts of tartness, and the tapioca starch, in just the right amount, keeps those delicate crystals free-flowing. Humidity is the enemy of fine powders.
Okay, now for the really deep dive. Flavor chemistry and crystal engineering. Dark magic mastery, botanical crystal confections. 12 calories per serving makes only 15 servings. Truly artisanal, focused on a super sophisticated experience. It sounds like we're moving beyond just recipes and into, like, molecular gastronomy for candy.
We absolutely are. This takes tangy to a molecular level. You've got the combination of botanical extracts with specific flavor compounds, intricate acid balancing, adding tartaric acid this time, and crystal engineering to control how the flavors are released on the palate.
Tartaric acid now.
Yep, this is truly an art form. It's about creating a complete and controlled sensory journey where every single element is meticulously designed.
Okay, the ingredient list must be wild.
It's incredibly detailed. We're using golden castor sugar, similar to superfine, maybe slightly larger crystals, lovely subtle caramel notes, botanical extracts, wild strawberry, elderberry, yuzu, bergamot, pink grapefruit, really interesting stuff.
Yuzu and bergamot.
Then, natural flavor compounds, things like vanillin crystals, citral, these are specific molecules, all food grade, of course. Freeze-dried fruit powders for color again. Acids, 3 teaspoons pharmaceutical-grade citric, 1.5 teaspoons malic, and 3/4 teaspoon of tartaric acid.
Tartaric, what does that add?
Tartaric acid is often found in grapes and tamarinds. It provides yet another layer of complex sourness, distinct from citric and malic, creates a truly multifaceted tartness. Think of the bright tang in wine.
Wow, okay. What else?
Organic arrowroot powder for texture anti-clumping. Professional precision sieves, maybe 5 different mesh sizes this time. Desiccant packets for storage. And a microscale for ultra-precise measurements.
Microscale. Okay, talk more about these flavor compounds.
Right, the golden castor sugar gives that luxurious base. But the critical leap here is using those isolated natural flavor compounds, vanillin, vanilla, citral, lemony, linalool, floral citrus. These allow for precise flavor construction. You can enhance and complement the botanical extracts in a way that just using extracts alone can't achieve. You're building the flavor profile molecule by molecule almost.
That's fascinating. So it's like dissecting a flavor into its purest elements.
Yeah.
Does that connect back to those pH reactive colors we talked about with the chocolates?
Precisely. Flavor compounds are the individual molecules that contribute to a specific taste or aroma. By isolating them, you can build a flavor profile with surgical precision, like an artist mixing specific pigments to get an exact shade.
Yeah.
And yes, regarding pH, some natural color compounds can interact with acidity. So as the various acids in our crystal hit your tongue, they don't just create tartness, they might subtly influence how the colors are perceived visually, making the visual experience as dynamic as the taste itself. It's all interconnected.
Mind blown. Okay, so the process for this level.
Botanical extraction mastery. Creating complex flavor profiles using a combination of those botanical extracts and the isolated flavor compounds. Each crystal type requires specific molecular flavor combinations. The source gives examples like ruby might be wild strawberry extract plus vanillin plus a hint of rose, Amethyst could be elderberry extract plus bergamot plus other floral notes. Citrine might be yuzu extract plus citral plus lemon verbena. Emerald, pink grapefruit plus lanolin plus mint. Topaz, blood orange plus vanilla plus cardamom whispers.
That sounds incredible, like perfume design.
It's very similar. A 35-minute endeavor just designing and mixing these profiles. Then natural color chemistry. Achieving those jewel tone colors using concentrated freeze-dried fruit powders and botanical extracts, really understanding the color pH reactions to ensure stability and vibrancy. Another 30 minutes.
Right, and the acids.
Precision acid balancing. Using those pharmaceutical-grade acids, citric, malic, and tartaric in specific, carefully calculated ratios. The goal is complex sourness profiles that enhance, rather than mask, the delicate botanical flavors. Each crystal type requires its own individual acid formulation. It takes about 25 minutes of careful measuring and mixing.
And the crystal engineering.
Yes.
Sieves.
Crystal engineering, yes. Using a progression of 5 different mesh sizes to create precisely graduated crystal sizes. Why? Because size affects the dissolution rate and therefore the timing of flavor release on the palate. This is a detailed 40-minute process of sifting and potentially resifting.
So you control when you taste things.
Exactly. Larger crystals might dissolve more slowly, releasing flavor gradually, while smaller ones provide an immediate burst. You're choreographing the sensory experience from the first touch on the tongue to the lingering aftertaste.
That is seriously cool. Moisture.
Moisture elimination. Adding minimal organic arrowroot powder, using that microscale for measurements. Too much affects the delicate texture, too little allows clumping. A quick but critical 15-minute step. And packaging.
Professional packaging. Each distinct flavor profile is packaged in individual glass vials, each with a little desiccant packet inside to absorb any moisture. Include beautifully designed flavor profile cards describing the botanical sources and the intended tasting notes. Takes about 25 minutes.
Vials and desiccant.
Yeah.
Very pro.
And finally, rigorous quality control testing. Testing each batch for crystal size, consistency, flavor intensity, color stability, and those crucial dissolution characteristics before anything gets packaged. Another 20 minutes.
This is just a testament to the pursuit of absolute perfection.
It really is. The individual glass vials with desiccants ensure maximum shelf life and prevent moisture ingress, preserving that delicate balance. The flavor profile cards aren't just marketing. They educate the consumer on the sophisticated craft. The true genius here is engineering a precisely choreographed flavor release where crystal size and a multi-acid profile ensure a layered, evolving, and utterly unique sensory journey that's meticulously preserved right up until the moment you taste it. All right, brace yourselves. We're moving into cinnamon fire spheres. These sound like they're not just candies, they're an experience in building heat. A journey from sweet warmth to an intense, controlled burn. Get ready for some serious spice.
This segment is absolutely about understanding the nuances of spice, how to layer heat effectively for a controlled, maybe even delightful, burn. It's a fascinating exploration of how different capsaicinoids, those are the chemical compounds that make chilies hot, and various aromatic compounds interact to create a multi-dimensional spicy sensation. Not just heat, but flavor with heat.
Okay, let's start the fire slowly.
Gentle embers first.
Right. Simple spells. Basic cinnamon hard candy. 35 calories each, makes 24 pieces. This sounds like a straightforward way to get that classic cinnamon heat like those candies you had as a kid.
Exactly. A classic hard candy recipe. It introduces the fundamental elements of heat and flavor in a very accessible way.
So ingredients.
Simple stuff. Sugar, water, corn syrup, cinnamon extract for flavor, red food coloring for the look, and crucially, about a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper for the kick, plus round candy molds.
Cayenne, okay. Starting spicy.
It's a good starting point to understand how to cook sugar syrup to the hard crack stage, which is essential for hard candy, and how to incorporate flavorings and heat just before it sets.
Yeah.
It's about delivering that quick, satisfying kick.
And the method. Quick too.
Pretty direct. Combine the sugar, water, and corn syrup in a saucepan. Cook it without stirring much, maybe just swirling the pan occasionally until it reaches 300 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the hard crack stage.
300 degrees. Got it.
Immediately remove it from the heat. Quickly stir in the cinnamon extract, red food coloring, and the cayenne pepper. You have to be fast because it starts to harden. Pour it into your lightly oiled round candy molds immediately. Let them cool completely at room temperature until hard. Then pop them out and wrap individually or store them airtight between layers of parchment paper so they don't stick. That 300-degree AFA cooking temperature is absolutely essential for hard candy. It ensures it sets brittle and clear. And that immediate stirring of flavors after removing from heat is also crucial, as the mixture cools and thickens incredibly rapidly. Miss that window, and it's tough to mix evenly.
So it's a quick, fiery burst that delivers on the promise of cinnamon heat. Simple but effective.
Okay, let's turn up the heat a notch, but with more finesse.
Stepping up the spice game to Enchanted Elegance, spiced fire candies. These are 38 calories each, make 20 pieces, suggests a slightly larger, more refined confection again.
And here, the complexity starts to build. We're using different types of cinnamon and adding chipotle for smokiness, creating a more nuanced heat profile. Plus, controlled cooling becomes essential to prevent imperfections and ensure the structural integrity of the candy. That's a key upgrade from the basic let it cool on the counter method.
Okay, so what are the upgraded ingredients?
We're moving to organic sugar, filtered water, glucose syrup again for the spice, 2 teaspoons of ground Ceylon cinnamon, plus 1 teaspoon of cinnamon bark extract, then half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and a 1/4 teaspoon of chipotle powder. Natural red coloring, this time from paprika extract, professional round molds, and definitely a candy thermometer.
Ceylon cinnamon. What's the difference? And chipotle.
Ceylon cinnamon, sometimes called true cinnamon, provides more delicate, complex, almost floral aromatic flavor compared to the bolder, spicier cassia cinnamon that's most common in stores. Using both ground Ceylon and a bark extract gives you layers of cinnamon flavor, and the chipotle powder. That introduces a subtle, lovely smokiness and a different type of heat from the cayenne. It adds a sophisticated layer, making the fire more interesting.
Cool. And paprika for color.
Yeah, paprika extract gives a natural, warm red color that visually cues the spice, but without looking artificial or tasting like food coloring. Complements the spice profile nicely. Organic sugar and filtered water also contribute to a cleaner taste, and glucose syrup helps prevent sugar crystallization for a smoother final candy.
Right, so the techniques get more refined too.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Premium syrup technique. Using that organic sugar, filtered water, glucose syrup. Cooking to exactly 300 degrees Aralev using a candy thermometer is non-negotiable here, watching the color development carefully.
Okay.
The spice infusion method involves creating a spice blend beforehand using the Ceylon cinnamon and the cinnamon bark extract for that complex cinnamon flavor. Then you add the cayenne and chipotle together for the layered heat. You stir this blend in right at the end.
Got it. Blending first.
Natural coloring process uses that paprika extract. Then professional molding, pouring at an optimal temperature, slightly cooler than 300, maybe around 290 degrees Fahrenheit.
Like cooler.
Pouring slightly below the final cooking temp allows the syrup to cool just a touch, making it a tiny bit thicker, less prone to trapping air bubbles, and ensuring a smoother cast in the professional molds for that perfect spherical shape. Then, controlled cooling. This means cooling them in a specific, stable, temperature-controlled environment, not just anywhere. This prevents cracking and ensures the proper crystal structure develops as it hardens.
How important is that controlled cooling?
It's vital at this stage. Rapid or uneven cooling can cause internal stresses in the hard candy, making it brittle, prone to cracking, or even sticking stubbornly to the molds. This attention to detail makes a huge difference in the final appearance and mouthfeel. Finally, quality finishing. Remove from molds carefully, inspect each piece, maybe dust lightly with cinnamon powder if desired for visual appeal.
Okay, now we're entering the realm of extreme heat and precision flavor profiling. Dark Magic Mastery, Artisan Fire Sphere Confections. These are 42 calories each, making only 16 pieces. Truly bespoke and intensely crafted. This sounds like a very delicate dance with fire.
It absolutely is. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this level is all about controlling a very powerful element heat with extreme precision. We're using specific cinnamon types, essential oils, and the incredible detail of measuring ghost pepper with a microscale.
Ghost pepper? What?
Yeah. It shows a dedication to creating a complex, evolving flavor and heat experience, and the detailed heat level testing afterwards is crucial for consistency. It ensures a sophisticated, intentional journey for the palate, not just a painful burn.
Okay, the ingredient list must be insane for this level.
It's incredibly specific and intense. Golden superfine sugar again, spring water, organic glucose syrup, plus 2 tablespoons of grade A maple syrup for depth.
Maple syrup, interesting.
Yeah, adds richness. For spices, get ready. Freshly ground Ceylon cinnamon bark, plus ground Vietnamese cassia cinnamon, plus food-grade cinnamon leaf essential oil. Then for heat, ground cayenne pepper, smoked and ground chipotle pepper, and micro amounts of ghost pepper powder.
Freshly ground bark, 2 types of cinnamon essential oil, and ghost pepper.
Layers upon layers. For color, a natural red blend of beet and paprika extract for a deep hue. Equipment. Professional sphere molds, a precision candy thermometer, a spice grinder for the fresh bark, and definitely a microscale for measuring that ghost pepper.
Okay, why maple syrup and all those cinnamons?
The golden superfine sugar with the grade A maple syrup adds a depth of flavor and richness to the base that plain sugar just can't match. The combination of freshly ground Ceylon and Vietnamese cassia gives you that dual-layered cinnamon profile, the delicate, sweet notes of Ceylon alongside the pungent, stronger spice of cassia, and the cinnamon leaf essential oil. That delivers an immediate, intense burst of cinnamon aroma and flavor right at the very start of the experience.
So you get cinnamon in waves.
Exactly. Now, the instructions are truly a masterclass. Master sugar artistry combine that golden sugar, spring water, glucose, and maple syrup. Cook to exactly 300 degrees Larry, carefully monitoring for perfect amber color development and crystal formation. Takes intense focus. Then, spice complexity development. This is where you create that multi-layered heat profile. It's choreographed. Base warmth comes from the freshly ground Ceylon bark, aromatic depth from the Vietnamese cassia, immediate impact from the cinnamon leaf oil. Then, building heat from graduated amounts of cayenne, a smoky finish from the chipotle, and finally, the extreme heat crescendo from those micro amounts of ghost pepper. This is a 30-minute process of careful addition and blending at the end.
It sounds like composing music.
It kind of is, a heat symphony, but precision heat calibration is paramount. Using that microscale to measure the ghost pepper powder, knowing that even an extra tenth of a gram can completely overwhelm the experience. You'd likely create test batches first to achieve a perfect heat progression that builds steadily over, say, 30 to 45 seconds on the palate.
Testing the heat curve.
Yeah. Natural color mastery involves blending beet extract with paprika extract to get that deep, fiery red color, suggesting the heat without looking artificial, maybe even intensifying the psychological perception of heat. Then, professional sphere crafting. Pouring the mixture at exactly 295 degrees Fn into those precision sphere molds, ensuring perfect flow for a flawless surface and optimal crystal structure as it cools.
295, okay. Cooling must be critical too.
Controlled crystallization. Cooling in a humidity-controlled environment at exactly 65 degrees Fahrenheit. This prevents stress fractures in the candy, ensures proper hardness, and maintains clarity. It's a lengthy 60-minute cooling process under specific conditions.
65 degrees. Very specific.
Then, surface finishing. Polishing each sphere carefully with a soft cloth to achieve a mirror finish. Maybe dusting some lightly with cinnamon for textural contrast takes about 20 minutes.
Puffing candy.
Then, heat level testing. Critically testing samples from each batch for the proper heat progression. You should taste the cinnamon sweetness first, then the cayenne warmth building, then the chipotle smokiness, and then the ghost pepper fire kicking in at the expected time, ensuring consistency.
That testing is vital.
Absolutely. Finally, premium packaging. Individual protective cases, perhaps clear boxes with clear heat level warnings and detailed tasting notes describing the spice journey and maybe the cinnamon origins. Another 25 minutes.
This isn't just candy, it's an event.
Totally. Cooling at precisely 65 degrees Fn-controlled humidity is crucial for preventing cloudiness, cracking, or stickiness, ensuring a pristine, stable product. And that heat level testing, evaluating each stage of the progression, ensures a consistent, high-quality, and intentional sensory experience. This isn't just about making candy spicy, it's about choreographing a precise heat symphony, where each capsaicinoid and aromatic compound contributes to an unfolding flavor crescendo, meticulously timed for a sophisticated palate journey.
Okay. Our final deep dive brings us to crispy wafer bars. These are all about texture and layers, right? That delightful crunch followed by a smooth, rich filling. It's a classic for a reason, but I bet, like everything else, there are many ways to build it. It almost sounds like a culinary construction project.
It absolutely does, especially when you get to the higher levels. This particular candy really highlights how subtle changes the type of flour, the quality of butter, the assembly techniques can create a vastly different end product. We'll explore how to transform a simple stack into, well, an architectural masterpiece, truly emphasizing those layers and the interplay of textures.
Okay, starting with the foundation. Simple spells, basic wafer bars. 128 calories each makes 8 bars. Sounds like a quick and easy take on this layered classic.
It is a basic, quick approach getting to the essence of a layered coated wafer.
So, ingredients for this basic version.
Very straightforward. All-purpose flour, sugar, melted butter, a bit of milk, vanilla extract for the wafer. Then for the filling and coating, just chocolate chips and a bit of vegetable oil to help it melt smoothly.
Vegetable oil with chocolate chips.
Oh, okay. It focuses on readily available ingredients and simple steps to create that familiar texture and flavor combo. The goal here is just simple indulgence, quick satisfaction.
And the instructions. Simple too.
Pretty much simple wafer making. Mix the batter flour, sugar, melted butter, milk, vanilla. Spread it thinly on parchment paper.
Oh, fish.
So just thin, doesn't specify exactly at this level. Bake at 350 degrees well for 10-12 minutes until it's golden and crispy. Let it cool.
Okay.
Then layering. Break the baked wafer sheet into rough rectangles. Stack maybe 3 or 4 layers using some of that melted chocolate chip mixture in between to stick them together.
Like edible blue.
Exactly. Then the chocolate coating. Melt the rest of the chocolate chips with the vegetable oil. Dip the stacked bars to coat them.
Set them.
Yep. Refrigerate until the chocolate is firm. About 20 minutes.
Okay, that sounds doable.
It's a recognizable wafer bar. Using melted chocolate chips as both the binder and the coating is efficient, yeah. But it won't offer the same snap or melt in the mouth quality as properly tempered chocolate. The vegetable oil also affects the final texture and flavor. But it's a great starting point for understanding the basic construction.
Okay, let's upgrade. Enchanted Elegance Premium Wafer Confections. 145 calories each, still makes 8 bars, but you're promising a noticeable difference in quality and experience.
Big difference. The switch to pastry flour, European-style butter, and using actual ganache for the interlayer makes a significant difference in both texture and flavor.
Ganache. Okay.
And crucially, tempering the chocolate correctly is a key upgrade here. That gives you the professional finish, that glossy snap, and a proper melt.
All right, what are the specific ingredients for this level?
We're using pastry flour, organic sugar, European-style butter that has a higher fat content, whole milk, vanilla bean paste again, a little baking powder for lift in the wafer. For the coating and ganache, 8 ounces of good dark chocolate, 70% cacao, coconut oil instead of vegetable oil, and a touch of sea salt for finishing.
Pastry flour and European butter. Why those?
Pastry flour has a lower protein content than all-purpose flour. This results in a more tender, delicate wafer, which is what you want for a premium product. European-style butter, with its higher butterfat percentage, contributes a richer flavor and helps create a crispier texture because there's less water evaporating during baking.
Oh, interesting.
And of course, the 70% cacao, dark chocolate, and vanilla bean paste provide a much more sophisticated flavor profile compared to standard chocolate chips and basic extract.
Makes sense. And the process?
Well,
More controlled.
definitely. Enhanced wafer technique. Creating a smooth batter with that pastry flour for tender texture. Adding baking powder gives a slight lift, making the wafer lighter, more airy. And you roll the dough to an exact 18-inch thickness.
Exact thickness now.
Yes. Precision baking follows. Bake at a lower temperature, 325 degrees aftersheet for longer, maybe 15-18 minutes until evenly golden. Then cool completely on a wire racks to maintain maximum crispness.
Wire racks, okay. Layering.
Professional layering. Cut the cooled wafers into precise rectangles using a ruler. Create 4-layer stacks, but this time using thin layers of chocolate ganache between them.
How do you make the ganache?
Typically, it's just finely chopped chocolate melted into warm, heavy cream, stirred until smooth. It's creamier, richer, and more flavorful than just melted chocolate, and it sets nicely, provides a much more luxurious mouthfeel and better structure.
Sounds amazing. Then the coating.
Chocolate tempering is critical here. Tempering that 70% dark chocolate to 88 degrees aftershave for the proper snap and shine. You might add coconut oil here, which helps create a smoother, thinner coating consistency.
Coconut oil instead of vegetable oil.
Generally considered better flavor-wise, and it works well with tempering. Then, artisan coating. Dip each assembled bar using a dipping fork. Allow the excess to drip off for about 10 seconds. Then place them carefully on silicone mats for a perfectly smooth bottom finish.
Silicone mats again.
Yep. Finally, gourmet finishing. While the tempered chocolate coating is still tacky, sprinkle lightly with sea salt flakes. Let them cool and set fully at room temperature, important for tempered chocolate to retain its structure.
Sea salt. Nice touch.
That sprinkle of sea salt provides a fantastic gourmet touch. It enhances the chocolate's flavor, cuts the richness slightly, and adds this delightful little textural contrast that really makes the chocolate sing.
Okay, this isn't just baking anymore. It's architectural candy design. Dark Magic Mastery. Artisan layered wafer masterpieces. 165 calories each makes only 6 bars. Truly individual works of culinary art. I'm picturing myself needing, like, tiny blueprints and a level.
You're not far off, honestly. The sheer level of detail here is incredible, from rolling the wafer to an exact 2 mm thickness
2 mil.
to the specific baking rotation, the temperature-controlled ganache, using the tabling method for chocolate tempering again, and the artistic application of edible gold leaf. This is absolutely about creating a truly bespoke luxury product. It is a culinary construction project demanding absolute precision at every single stage.
Okay, lay the ingredients on me. This must be top shelf everything.
Pretty much. Organic pastry flour, golden superfine sugar, cultured European butter, that's butter made with live cultures, adding another layer of flavor complexity. Organic whole milk, Madagascar vanilla bean paste again. Aluminum-free baking powder, a pinch of fine sea salt. For the chocolate work, 8 ounces of single-origin dark chocolate, 85% cacao this time,
Yeah.
plus pure cacao butter.
Cacao butter?
Yes, added to the chocolate. For the ganache, heavy cream raw honey for finishing. Fleur de sel, that's a very specific, delicate sea salt and edible gold leaf. Equipment needed includes a professional wafer rolling pin, maybe one with thickness guides, a precision ruler, a chocolate tempering thermometer, and obviously things like offset spatulas.
Cultured butter, cacao butter, fleur de sel, gold leaf. Wow. Why add extra cacao butter?
Adding a bit of pure cacao butter to the single-origin chocolate when tempering helps increase its fluidity. This allows you to achieve an incredibly thin, even coating that doesn't overpower the delicate wafer layers. It also enhances the shine and snap. The cultured butter adds a slight tang and depth to the wafer itself. And fleur de sel is prized for its delicate, flaky crystal structure and clean saline taste, a perfect counterpoint to rich, dark chocolate.
Okay, the process must be incredibly intricate. Let's break it down.
Master wafer creation first. Creating ultra-thin wafer sheets rolled to exactly 2 mm thickness, maybe using a professional rolling pin with guides, or rolling between silicone mats. You'd score the sheets into precise rectangles before baking for clean breaks later. This alone takes focus, maybe 35 minutes.
Scoring before baking, smart.
Precision baking control. Baking at exactly 320 degrees FF for maybe 20 minutes, but rotating the baking sheet every 5 minutes to ensure absolutely even browning. The goal is wafers that are uniformly golden and sound hollow when tapped, indicating perfect crispness. Another 25 minutes of careful watching.
Okay, ganache.
Ganache interlayer preparation. Making a silky ganache using heavy cream heated to exactly 185 degrees FF, poured over the finely chopped 85% chocolate. Whisking in raw honey for notplexity and stability, then allowing it to cool to the perfect spreading consistency, around 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Takes about 20 minutes.
Temperature-controlled ganache.
Architectural assembly next. Layering exactly 5 wafer sheets with precise 2 mm layers of that cooled ganache between each. Using an offset spatula for perfectly even distribution. Pressing gently after each layer to ensure adhesion without crushing the delicate wafers. This is painstaking, maybe 30 minutes.
5 layers. Okay, chocolate time.
Single-origin chocolate mastery. Tempering that 85% chocolate using the advanced tabling method on a marble surface. Incorporating the extra cacao butter during the process for that enhanced fluidity and finish. Achieving an exact working temperature of 88 degrees Fahrenheit. This is a serious 40-minute process requiring skill.
Back to the marble slab.
Precision coating technique. Using a professional dipping station or setup. Coating each assembled bar at the optimal temperature, allowing exactly a 12-second drip time for the perfect coating thickness, then placing them not on silicone, but maybe on acetate sheets for a flawless, mirror-like finish on the bottom as they set. Another 25 minutes.
Acetate sheets. Wow. Finishing touches.
Luxury finishing artistry. While the chocolate is still setting but tacky, applying those delicate fleur de sel crystals in a precise geometric pattern, then selecting only the finest, most perfect bars for the application of edible gold leaf, using a soft brush and a very steady hand. This is art. Takes maybe 20 minutes.
Gold leaf application.
Then, stringent quality control assessment. Testing each finished bar for wafer crispness, maybe by sound or gentle snap test, ganache consistency, chocolate tapper, checking for shine and snap, and overall visual perfection. Only flawless pieces qualify for final packaging. 15 minutes of judgment.
Intense. And presentation.
Professional presentation. Wrapping each perfect bar individually in food-safe cellophane, perhaps with custom labels indicating the chocolate origin, batch number, maybe even production date. Then packaging them in individual high-quality gift boxes, maybe lined with tissue paper, for a truly premium unboxing experience. A final 30 minutes of there.
The geometric salt, the gold leaf, the custom labels. This is beyond candy.
It really is. This level of presentation signifies a product where every single detail, from the molecular composition of the chocolate crystals to the final unboxing experience, has been meticulously considered and executed. The true genius of this level lies in sculpting a multi-layered sensory experience, where that precise wafer architecture and perfectly tempered single-origin chocolate create an unforgettable interplay of crispness and creaminess, culminating in a visual and textural masterpiece. It's edible art. Hashtag tag 60s. General storage and serving guidelines.
Phew. Okay, we've explored the creation of these incredible treats from, simple chocolate buttons all the way up to those architectural wafer masterpieces. Now, how do we make sure they stay perfect? Proper handling and storage must be just as important as the crafting itself, right?
Oh, absolutely. Environmental control is paramount for all these confections, but especially for the more delicate artisan versions. A perfect candy can be completely ruined by improper storage. It can lose its texture, its flavor, its visual appeal.
Yeah, just imagine a perfectly tempered chocolate bar blooming because the room got too warm.
Yeah.
All that careful work.
Exactly. All that effort wasted. So storage is key.
Okay, so for environmental control, what do the sources say?
They recommend storing all these types of candies at a cool room temperature, ideally between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. That's around 18 to 20 Celsius. And humidity is also an important aim for around 45 to 50% relative humidity.
Okay, cool and dry, but not fridge cold.
Generally, yes. Avoid the fridge unless specified, as condensation can be an issue when you take them out. Also, definitely avoid direct sunlight and significant temperature fluctuations, like storing them near an oven or a window.
Right, and containers.
Use airtight containers, absolutely. And crucially, especially for those dark magic mastery pieces with the delicate textures and natural ingredients, include desiccant packets inside the container.
Those little silica gel packets?
Exactly. Food-safe ones, of course. They absorb excess moisture and are critical for extended storage. Think of them as tiny guardians against staleness and spoilage. Maintaining that precise temperature and humidity range is critical for preserving the integrity of the chocolate, preventing bloom, keeping wafers crisp, and maintaining the right chewiness in the gems.
Okay, that makes sense. What about shelf life? Is it very much between the
Oh,
levels?
definitely. There's a clear progression. The simple spells versions, your basic buttons, chews, crystals, etc., generally last about 1 to 2 weeks when stored properly.
That's not super long.
No, and that shorter shelf life is mainly due to the simpler ingredients and methods, which don't really incorporate advanced preservation techniques. They're really meant to be made and enjoyed relatively quickly. And let's be honest, they're usually so delicious they don't tend to last long anyway.
Fair point. What about enchanted elegance?
Moving up, those pieces can typically last longer, maybe 2 to 4 weeks.
Why the improvement?
It's thanks to the higher quality ingredients, things like tempered chocolate, which is more stable, glucose syrup instead of corn syrup sometimes, and the more controlled processes used in making them. These factors naturally extend the freshness and stability, allowing for a longer enjoyment window without a significant drop in quality.
Okay. And the dark magic mastery level. Those must last ages with all that effort.
Well, significantly longer, yes. Those confections can often last 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes even longer under ideal conditions.
Wow, 6 weeks. How?
They benefit hugely from those superior preservation methods we talked about, things like the food-grade lacquer sprays on the chocolates, the extremely precise tempering, meticulous moisture control using specific starches like arrowroot or tapioca in tiny amounts, and careful packaging with desiccants. This is where the science of preservation really shines, allowing these intricate creations to maintain their artisan quality for weeks.
Right, so once you've stored them perfectly, how should you serve them to really do them justice, especially those high-end ones?
Presentation is definitely part of the experience, particularly for the enchanted elegance and dark magic levels. The sources suggest presenting your creations elegantly, maybe on tiered glass stands or beautiful platters.
Make them look special.
Exactly. Provide small tongs for handling, especially for shared plates, just for hygiene, and to avoid fingerprints on shiny chocolate. Offer small plates and napkins, particularly for something like the wafer bars, which can be a little crumbly or have ganache.
Good idea.
And if you wanted a really dramatic Halloween effect, you could consider a dry ice presentation, creating that spooky fog effect around the candy display.
Ooh, very theatrical.
It can be visually stunning. But a big caveat, always handle dry ice with proper safety equipment. Thick gloves are essential, never touch it directly, and ensure you have really good ventilation as it releases carbon dioxide gas. Safety first, always.
Absolutely good warning.
But yeah, presentation is really an integral part of that dark magic mastery experience. An elegant display elevates the perception of the candy, treating it as the culinary art it is. It signals to your guests or whoever you're sharing it with that this isn't just any sweet treat. Hashtag tag, hashtag outro.
Wow. Okay. We have journeyed through an absolutely incredible spectrum of homemade Halloween candy today. From those quick, fun tricks right up to true culinary feats of engineering and art. What an education. My mind is honestly buzzing, especially thinking about calibrating ghost pepper heat, measuring zero point 0.1 grams for a perfect evolving burn. That's a level of control I just never imagined possible in home candy making.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it? What this deep dive really reveals, I think, is the profound impact of truly understanding your ingredients, mastering precise temperatures, and employing meticulous techniques. It really is the difference between just a simple sweet treat and a genuinely unforgettable artisan creation.
Yeah.
It demonstrates that confectionery can be just as intricate, just as challenging, and just as rewarding as any other high-end culinary art form.
Absolutely. And, you might start out making those simple spells. And like you said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. They're fun and delicious. But understanding the principles behind the dark magic mastery level, it just makes you appreciate every single bite on a whole new level. It's not just about what you can make yourself, but what you understand about what you're eating, whether you made it or bought it from an artisan. The chemistry, the craftsmanship, the sheer passion and precision involved in creating something so seemingly simple, yet so perfect.
And that raises a really important question for you, our listener, doesn't it? After hearing all this, which of these levels of mastery are you most inspired to explore?
Ooh, good question.
Is it the challenge of precise temperature control, like tempering chocolate for that perfect snap? Or maybe the creative possibilities of botanical infusions and acid balancing in fruit chews to craft complex flavors? Or perhaps the meticulous architectural layering and luxurious finishing of a wafer bar for that truly bespoke experience?
Yeah, which path calls to you?
Think about how these core principles, precision, using quality ingredients intentionally, understanding technique, might apply to other culinary adventures you embark on. How could they transform something every day you make into something extraordinary?
That's a great takeaway. And perhaps this Halloween, you'll be the one enchanting trick-or-treaters, or maybe impressing guests at a party, with something truly extraordinary, something that tells a little story of care, skill, and maybe just a little bit of that deep dive magic we talked about today.
Here's hoping.
Until next time, keep diving deep into what truly makes things special.